Long queues at petrol pumps and disruption in public transport. These are the scenes that are currently playing out everywhere. But don't let the sight fool you into thinking it's the typical end-of-the-month rush or a sudden spike in prices. The real culprit here is panic buying. Picture this: you're driving up to your local petrol pump and you're met with of vehicles that seems to stretch on endlessly. But this isn't due to a fuel shortage or a supply chain disruption. The real reason behind these long queues and public transport disruptions is something entirely different. It all started with the introduction of a new law. This new mandate imposes a severe penalty of 7 lakh rupees and a 10-year jail term for hit-and-run cases. A significant departure from the British-era Indian Penal Code, the new law amplifies the punishment for fleeing an accident spot and failing to report the incident. The All India Motor Transport Congress, a key player in the transport industry, has been vocal about its disagreement with this law. They believe that the increased penalty and the jail time can lead to undue harassment of drivers. Their argument is that the law's stringent measures may discourage drivers from performing their duties responsibly and deter potential newcomers from entering the profession. Furthermore, they fear that the law is not just a deterrent for new drivers, but also a potential threat to the livelihood of the existing ones. The Congress argues that the hefty penalty and the jail term are excessive, and that these measures do not consider the realities of road accidents in India, where sometimes drivers might be more victims of circumstances than culprits. The law, while aiming to increase accountability and safety on the roads, seems to have stirred up a hornet's nest. It has sparked widespread discontent among drivers, leading to a wave of protests across the country. Private bus operators and auto drivers have also joined the protests, expanding the scope of the strike. The collective response from the transport sector has been a resounding no to the new law. In protest against this law, truck and bus drivers across several states have gone on strike. The strike, a symbol of their disagreement, is their way of saying that while they support the intent of improving road safety, the method employed by the new law is unjust and needs reconsideration. The strike has had a domino effect, causing a ripple of disruptions. The first casualty of this industrial action has been the fuel supply across several cities. It's like a scene from a dystopian movie. Petrol pumps running dry, and the ones still operational are witnessing a rush like never before. The strike has throttled the lifeblood of our cities, causing an unprecedented fuel crisis. Just picture this: long serpentine queues outside petrol pumps as panic buying grips the nation. The uncertainty of when the next fuel truck will roll in has sent citizens in a frenzy to fill up their tanks. The sight of empty petrol pumps and the fear of running out of fuel have created a state of chaos, leading to an artificially induced shortage. However, the impact of the strike is not limited to just petrol. Diesel, the fuel that powers our transport and logistics sector, has also been affected. This has disrupted public transport and logistics, causing a ripple effect on the economy and inconveniencing the daily commute of millions. The situation has also taken a violent turn in some places. There have been several incidents of stone pelting and damage to police vehicles. The protests have given rise to an atmosphere of unrest and tension, painting a grim picture of the situation on the ground. The strike has also impacted the supply of LPG cylinders, a staple in every Indian kitchen. With the disruption in supply, the specter of a cooking gas shortage looms large, threatening to disrupt the daily routines of households. In addition, the strike has also seen the joining of private bus operators and auto drivers, adding to the magnitude of the protest. This solidarity among drivers across the transport sector has only amplified the impact of the strike, causing further disruptions. But the effects of the strike don't stop there. The strike has not only affected the common man, but also the supply of crucial resources. The domino effect of these protests is far-reaching. The Maharashtra food, Civil Supply and Consumer Protection Department, for instance, is significantly concerned about the availability of essential resources. The supply of petrol, diesel, and LPG cylinders, indispensable for everyday life and commerce, is under threat. This isn't a localized issue either. It's not just Maharashtra feeling the heat. Other states, including Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, and Chhattisgarh, are also witnessing similar strikes. The ripple effect of these protests is spreading across the country, disrupting not just highways, but the rhythm of life itself. The truckers argue that the law will discourage drivers from their duty and deter new drivers from entering the profession. It's a complex issue with no easy solutions, and the longer the strike goes on, the more pressing it becomes to find a resolution. In the end, it's the common people who bear the brunt of these disruptions. The long queues outside petrol pumps, the lack of public transport, and the potential shortage of essential resources like fuel and LPG cylinders. All these are stark reminders of the far-reaching implications of the strike. As the strike continues, its impact on the common people and the country's resources keeps growing, leaving us all in a state of uncertainty.